So, like, honestly, this Z's up for sale.
What did he say?
Someone give me a good offer on it.
Hey, yo.
I've been telling him that we need to get the Z1 turbos on the Z, because whenever we do, I'm gonna make 750 out of it.
That's fine. We'll do, yeah, do 750, but we've had it on the schedule no less than 5 times.
Put it on 10 times.
That's the solution. So we got these big boys.
The big boys.
3.5 inch.
So if you notice, these don't taper down because we're just running the dumps on them.
We've talked about this before. People don't really understand why. Let's go over it again. Other cars don't need really massive exhausts to make big power. The Q50 suffers incredibly from the stock exhaust, but it's not just how small the exhaust piping is. It is the head design. It's extremely inefficient. Or maybe it's efficient for what it was made for, but it's extremely small, and once you put big turbos on it, there's too much back pressure, right? We can't do anything about that. We're not gonna make billet heads. We're not in there milling them out. People have tried, they've tried putting the heads, all that. It's minimal gains. Biggest gains are always seen for just opening up the exhaust. That's why a lot of the fast guys just run on dumps, right? 3-inch dumps and whatever. Parash made 3.5-inch dumps. Let's see if there's a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, we have no data on this, right? I mean, I don't think it'll hurt, but we'll see. And then, you know, these are Z1 turbos, tried and true. We've done
so many of them. So many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, we tuned the most VR30, so I think it's reasonable that we probably have tuned the most Z1 turbos
100%.
as well. Whether or not those customers know how to drive is a whole different issue, but like, I'm not here to teach people how to drive their cars. Although we try. Anyway, we will put these on. I expect, even in this heat, we should cut a high 5. Yes, it's hot, whatever. We have as much cooling as we can get on this car. We have Chidong driving it.
Well, please.
I expect a high 5 with these in the 3000 DA 110 degree Houston summers. And then once it cools down, just whatever, it'll be better. I would like to see in good weather, like a, I don't know,
if we can get this into
do you think a high 4 is possible? I think a high 4 is possible. Because like Alejandro did a 5.3 on a stock motor, stock trans Q50, right? And that was, I mean, he was gutted, but like he was probably about the same weight as a gutted Z, right? Because he's a rear wheel drive Q and all that. So
are we gutting the Z? I mean, what other weight is there to take out?
There's nothing to really gut. We could. So he's probably the same weight as a Z with the seat out, or even a full weight Z, whatever, right? Regardless, I think there's a weight advantage that we have. We have closer gearing with the 9-speed. I think we could potentially run a high 4, because like if we're running 7.2s and Isaiah is the closest at like a 7.4, right? On a VR30 stock turbo with the smaller Z turbos and all that shit. I'm saying a lot of shit. I think we're gonna run a high 4 if we really, really, really try in good DA. And if we get a high 4 stock motor, then like it kind of bridges that gap between like in real world performance between a B58 and a Q, because high 4s are not that, I mean, it's doable on B58s, but there's not a lot of stock motor B58s doing it, right? Like there's a handful of them, but every time we try and look for numbers of comparables, they're just not there. Like your Supra at a 4.5, there's no one on a 64 on a stock motor. People don't believe you're a stock motor still after all these years, right?
People with way bigger turbos making way more power on whatever dyno, they don't even get into the 4s sometimes.
Yeah, so like dyno numbers mean jack shit, to be quite honest, right? All that matters is on the street. So if we run a high 4 on the street, I think then we can finally say like, all right, a VR30 can approach a stock B58. Reliability is kind of a question.
Oh, please.
Yo, I'm being honest, man. If we're pushing a Z to high fours on a stock motor,
Yeah.
it's up there. But like, yo, we'll try and we'll let you know how reliable it is. Hey, who knows? Maybe freeing up the extra half-inch diameter on these downpipes helps more with back pressure, and the rods can handle more. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alex said, well, we're making 750 or we're gonna blow it up.
I mean, yeah, I'm down for. I told him 750 is a good number to make on this car. If we can do 750 and like 610 wheel torque and it holds, then you know, great. Oil pressure is also a problem, but like we'll see how.
We taking this to the track or not?
We probably will have to. I mean, in this heat, it should hook. Let's be honest. In this heat, it should
I'm saying
hook.
for quarter mile.
Yeah, you're just gonna break something else.
Yeah, that's true.
I will take it. Well, there's that event in Ohio we should go to.
If the car's ready by then.
Anna, did we register?
No, because y'all were arguing whether it was worth it or not, so I didn't order anything.
Anyway, okay.
So the engine's
So Z1
out.
says that because they delete the bypass valve, that the AMS intercooler won't fit because it's meant to work. But like,
It looks,
I mean, we could finagle it maybe.
it doesn't look.
Maybe they say it doesn't fit because it's not like a perfect fit. But like, we'll double clamp that shit and boost leak test it. Yo, man, I don't want to not run the AMS intercoolers,
Yeah.
especially in this heat. We can use all the
It
cooling
looks
we
pretty
can get.
close, so.
Oh, Marcus, are we gonna run that bypass valve for the heat exchanger so we stop getting condensation while driving around? Yeah, we're gonna wire it up. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's already in there. We just never wired it. Okay, I go now. I did my part.
Wow, that's it? You're not gonna stay here for the next 5 hours while we do
Oh,
this?
you guys don't know? I do all the installs. Marcus just drops the motor for me, right, Marcus?
Right. You're right.
It's all me.
Okay. Hey. Nice. Stock Turbski. That is tiny. Wait, let me get a light in here. Tiny.
Oh, my finger's in the way.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, I'm surprised we even got like close to 500 horsepower out of this thing.
12 seconds later.
Okay, so we have one side on, and we gotta get rid of the downpipes.
Okay, time to torque it.
Nice.
Done.
Alright, so here's the old 3-inch downpipes, and this is the new 3.5-inch boosted 6 big boys.
Pretty big difference.
This is you, and this is the guy that she tells you not to worry about. That 1/2 inch really makes a difference.
Does.
Yeah, how do you know?
I do know.
Anyways, we're gonna throw these on. We're gonna transfer over the O2 sensors and then put these bad boys on. So, I don't know if we showed you this already, but so other than this taper right here that goes onto the stock turbos or stock style turbos, there's no taper down here because these go with the 3.5-inch dumps. So it's a straight 3.5-inch all the way out. They do sell a version that has a taper at the end that goes down to a 3-inch because that way it matches. You can put your stock exhaust or stock fitment exhaust back on. We'll see what they do. They should sound pretty rowdy. Oh yeah, so this is the
You don't need that anymore.
hot white.
You don't need that anymore.
This is our Racebox / NST pulley kit. So super simple to install because we have the engine out. There's just swapping over the bolt and the washer. Yeah, this is like the simplest pulley install ever.
Oh, there's no logo on this one. Okay. All easier with the motor out.
Yep.
Yep. And she's in.
Nice. Everything's almost all together.
It is all together. It's ready to go back in.
Okay, so next time I'm here, this engine needs to be in the car.
It'll probably be tomorrow morning.
Don't say that. I'll just cut to it. Motherfucker.
Hello. Finally got them in. Technically, they were in like 4 days ago, but Marcus had to go on vacation.
Yeah.
So
he's watching this right now.
probably off a beach in like Indonesia or something. Anyway,
Big boys.
big boy downpipes. It's nice that we no longer have downpipes coated in fire extinguisher.
Sure you don't want to touch it, but
I don't want to touch it.
yeah. There you go. So these are the 3-inch boys.
Look at how much bigger these are.
Yeah, look how much bigger. Well, I guess you can't really tell on video, but yeah.
They're tick with 4Cs. Yeah, so we have to fill AC in it, but Chidong wants a cold start.
Well,
so we're all gonna go deaf while we fill AC because you have to turn the car on at one point of the filling process and turn the compressor on. So when we do that, it's gonna be loud. So you're gonna see a cold start, but the AC machine is gonna be hooked up. So
Yes.
and the reason we need AC, even though it's a race car, is we have an inner chiller.
Yep.
It needs AC.
For like one.
Technically, the heat exchanger is still on. We never took it off. It's also filled with water. Like there was, we just added
extra
weight. Yeah,
man.
we just added
For
weight.
no
But
reason.
the whole point was I had a ball valve so you could switch it on and off. And then we never wired it up because we strictly use this for drag racing and it never drives. Like we take it to meets, but we don't like daily it.
Yeah.
So like whatever, we deal with the condensation. So Chidong's always like, the Z's got condensation again. I can't get above 3,000 RPM. We're like, floor it. And then he's scared. I'm like, floor it. It needs fuel.
And then misfires, and it's like.
Anyway, if you have an inner chiller and you live in a humid climate,
Good luck.
fun stuff.
Yep.
Okay,
Let's do it.
let's drop it.
This is plugged in. It's
Nope.
not.
Plug it in.
Plug you in.
0.33,
Yeah.
right?
I think that's the amount I was pulled out.
It's about to get loud, Taylor.
Oh no. Send it.
I can't even fit in the
Are you good?
My God.
Nice. Send it.
Sounds great. I'm kidding. Smells so bad.
Yeah.
Can you open the door? I don't want to die.
It's an open loop right now. That's
I
fine.
know, we gotta wait.
Okay, AC is charging. Everything should be good.
It doesn't sound like that bad though. I thought it would sound worse.
Wait till you're actually driving it.
That's true. Alright, let it
hold
warm
on.
up and then you can pull it out and we can do
Okay.
some exhaust sounds. It's at 113 right now, so let it warm
Okay.
up. I said. It's really loud.
I don't think a good sounding exhaust is what we're going for here.
The down spool sounds really good.
Yeah.
I didn't do it like, I obviously did not do a full throttle pull. That was like very much partial throttle. Yeah. The chiller's working though.
Yeah.
Charger coolant temp 75 and it's freaking.
I don't know.
Moonshine will enjoy that log. It was really long.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's awful.
Bruh.
It doesn't even sound bad. It's just so loud.
Yeah.
Like inside the car, like your chest vibrates. I like people were looking at me like, what the fuck is this hoopty on the road? So, I mean, it's the one thing I like about Z1s is they actually have a really nice. I know, like we say that you lose a little bit of that like mid-range like peppiness. Yeah, like if you get on it without like launch control or something, there's a little bit of a lag versus stock turbos, right? But like that daily driving like mid-range is actually nice. It's very linear. Like it just goes. It's nice. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Wow, you're sweating. Inside. You're tired.
You should not be flooring your car at 3,000 RPM anyways.
I didn't floor it.
I know, I'm saying like for like
oh yeah, don't floor your car at 2,000 RPM. Okay, only when logging should you do that. Yeah. Otherwise,
but people are sitting in 6th gear doing fucking pulls at 3,000 RPM.
We have people that literally on the highway do not downshift and they'll just leave it in 6th gear and say, be like, my car's acting up, and we'll be like, yeah.
Here, take this camera and just point at me. I just want to show everybody what I was out for 5 minutes maybe. This is what it looks like.
When you guys up north, like, oh my god, we have a heat wave. No,
I went from
you guys
AC,
don't know what it's like.
I went from inside the AC to outside for like not even 5 minutes, bro. We're like, bruh.
Zoom in on the sweat.
It's like I'm crying. Ew.
It is. His gel's getting into his eyes now.
Oh, bro, please.
Pour it on. Okay, that's he does for you guys.
That's enough.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit better actually with the Z1 turbos. Maybe it's placebo because we just haven't heard the car in a while, but it sounds like it's got.
Yeah, when we had to dump some stock turbos, it did not sound good.
No, it still doesn't sound good, but it sounds a little bit.
Yeah.
It sounds a little bit better.
Yeah, we'll find out what it does.
It looks slow as shit though. It needs help now.
Wow. Okay, so before we start tuning, let me show you guys something. So, if you guys haven't noticed, we do have the AMS intercoolers still on the car. So, according to Z1, the guys making the turbos, that these intercoolers do not fit with the turbos, and that's because the turbo outlet, if you can see down there, that right there doesn't really line up with the inlet of the intercoolers. So they recommend you to go back to the stock intercoolers or just run the stock intercoolers if you're running Z1 turbos on the Z specifically. I think on the Qs I don't think there's any issues. We wanted to run the intercoolers because they're, you know, they're nice, because you know they're very nice intercoolers and they do help with charger temps. So what you have to do if you're doing this yourself, I don't know if you can tell, but the coupler is on, so obviously you delete the bypass valve that would be there, and then use the I think this is the coupler that came with the AMS intercoolers. So with that, the turbo outlet is a little forward and then the inlet is a little back here, so there's a little angle it's not a straight up. So you just have to be very careful to put this coupler on, make sure it actually seats on both the turbo and the intercoolers, and make sure it grabs enough with the intercooler. So we did put this on, and we, after like a short test drive, it did pop off because the angle wasn't right. What I actually did is make sure on the top side right here, make sure this is pushed all the way in as far as you can. If the coupler is preventing you from pushing this literally up against the throttle body, you can cut some of the, like a little bit off the coupler. If it's hitting this lip right here, it brings the whole intercooler back just a little bit to fit better. Anyways, it's still at a slight angle, but the coupler is on both sides. So another thing to do is on the coupler, make sure on the turbo side, I don't know if you can tell, it's not sitting all the way down on the turbo, but it is past the lip, so it'll stay on, but it's not all the way down. So the coupler sits higher, so there's more of the coupler to sit to go over the intercooler, if that makes sense. Anyways, so make sure you do that on both sides. Make sure it's tight, make sure you don't get a boost leak like we just did.
once I get going, they'll come and match each other.
Yeah. Okay, so it's the next day. We pull the car back off the dyno because we put these wheels on from our Q50. Alex is thinking the big tire on the back is flexing on the dyno. It's like wobbling, so it might be throwing off the dyno numbers. So we put summer tires on. Looks weird, but you know, we'll do a few runs with it, see what it runs to make sure our numbers are correct and see what happens. So I just noticed something. I was wondering why the straps are covered in grease. I looked down and I don't know if you can see, but the axle boot just blew up and it's got grease all over the place. So yeah, that's fun. That is pretty damn nice, yeah. Okay. I delete all the other ground. There you go. God damn. 111 degrees. The dyno.
Beautiful, right? He did it.
Yep.
He literally said, "I'm gonna make 750." I'm like, okay.
Look at it. It's a flat 750.
I want a 4-second 6-130 to get out there.
Yeah, with a broken axle.
With actually, it's not bad. Yesterday was 120, right?
Yeah, 119 at the end of the day. Yeah. But let's fix the axle and let's go run it.
Yeah. We ordered the part.
Yeah.
Nice work. High five. Yeah, so you guys can't complain anymore. We put the turbos on the Z. We're doing stuff with the Z. 750, we did it. What's cool is Moonshine, when he started, was like, I'm gonna make 750 and 600 wheel torque. And I'm like, okay, and he's like doing the logs. And so our dyno, so somebody decided not to fix the axle when we saw that it was leaking. And we're like, oh, just whatever, make it work. Anyway, the axle boot finally tore and it sprayed grease all over our drum. So this was not calibrated right for a long time. And Moonshine kept saying, he's like, that torque isn't right. It's not correct, ignore it, right?
Yeah, because it was 630 torque and we're all freaking out.
Yeah,
like,
and he's like, no, it's not 630. And then obviously it's because the calibration was off. So if it's like, if you move the RPM and like you're at 7,300, but this is reading 68, it's gonna over-report torque, right? So he went ahead and he recalibrated it, and he's like, he's that confident in his tuning ability, so it's good. And he was like, no, I'm telling you, the log, he's like, this log says 750, 600. I'm like, okay, Moonshine, whatever. Like, I know
I've done enough of these. They're very consistent.
Yeah, I know that like torque can vary. Obviously, like you can, with if you don't calibrate the right torque is different. But like, I was like, okay, whatever, Moonshine. Like, you're not just, but he was right.
Yeah, even just now you were like, whatever, just leave it. And he's like, nah.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm gonna get it right. Also, like, Props to Z1. These turbos are consistent.
Nice.
The ball bearing turbos are consistent.
Nice.
Yeah, very consistent.
If this had journal bearings, we'd be smoking up a storm, probably lost oil pressure, motor would have blown. So thanks for doing the ball bearings, John.
Jesus.
But no, yeah, he's right. Every single Z1 car he does. And the base map, like to the point where I've told Alex we should do a Z1 OTS. He's like, no, we're not doing a Z1 OTS. And the reason we're not is because everybody has varying mods. Not everybody has the same injector, same fuel pumps, same intakes, all that kind of stuff. But I could.
At that power
You could
level,
force-
I dial everything in, make everything nice and smooth, get it
But it's
perfect.
consistent every time.
It's consistent when you dial it in.
So he's saying it's because of him. He's saying, fuck the turbos, it's all me. Anyway, good job,
Big tuner right here.
this is a proud moment for me. I didn't touch this car at all. Honestly, I have not tuned a single portion of this car. You guys don't understand. Like, have I done any flash on this car? No. The only thing I did was I tried to solve condensation issues.
Yeah.
On because of the inner chiller. But other than that, I have not touched anything. He's taken my input on stuff, but this is all moonshine. So like, it went from stock turbo to this. He does everything. So
Condensation is not that hard to solve. You just have to keep it above dew point,
okay, nerd.
which is going to vary depending on the weather.
Maybe we should wire in the ball valve so we can actually get the heat exchanger in line to smoothen things out.
Well, it's fine because once you put it to cabin with the heat that it is today, it starts to warm itself back up, and then whenever I'm ready to do a pull, I flip it over, and then there's like a small delay as it starts to cool all the fluid before it actually has an effect on charge irritant.
Yay.
Yeah,
Inner chiller
what he
work.
said. What he said.
Big yay. Also Audi running. Not this one, my Audi's
It's a
running.
good July 4th.
Finally. It is a good July 4th.
Someday.
Okay. Good thing we have it off tomorrow. Okay, you guys can enjoy this video tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah. We'll see if it comes out tomorrow. It's a lot of.
Hey, yo! You don't have tomorrow off anymore, Chidong.
You
Finish the video.